Also talk about Chester Racecourse 10 minutes 30 into my third Newcastle video, and I'll give the link here. Arclanty 64 here, another racecourse. This time I'm afraid my least favourite racecourse of the country. It's Chester. And the only reason I'm here really is because, as I've said in previous videos, I've gone to every single grade and group race in the country, bar the New Liberty and Chase Cheltenham Festival, but I'm getting through to the listed races as well. And I can get cheaper advance train tickets from Newcastle to Chester. It's going to cost a total cost of getting back of just about 38 quid, so it's quite cheap. So I've gone for a stand ticket with 15 quid, because really I don't want to spend too much money on a racecourse. My issues with Chester are for you. I'm actually at Warrington Bank Quay at a change, and I've said delay on my train about a quarter of an hour. But almost got the earlier one, although it's advance ticket, this one technically. Because there's an issue with the train I'm going to, after Chester, going to be on at 10:43, at least a quarter of an hour late. As we're here.
Service to Chester is delayed by approximately 17 minutes. This is due to overcrowding, as this train has fewer coaches than normal. We apologise for this late running and the inconvenience this may cause you.
That's what I've just said. And it's been 13 minutes, 50 minutes, 17 minutes.
Please plan ahead and check your train journey at nationalrail.co.uk.
It doesn't help you have less count than normal, does it? That's actually. I mean, I was only. It's cheaper to do this. If I have a car allowed to and change one back, keep a Chester train, I've had some wasted people on there. I'm certainly going to Chester Racecourse, and I have to say two of them. In my view, if I Chester Racecourse in that state, I would like not let them in because they are absolutely out of it, and it's really bad. And it's just we're still talking. I mean, it's not even 11 o'clock in the morning. Oh, God knows what's going on. I look like, in this weather dress. They're looking for in the suit jacket. A jacket and a tie anyway. If I were going to a racecourse, I would have thought, I don't know. But really, this is not, I have to say, talking about, in the previous video from about Newcastle, about gangs of young men going racing, and too much cocaine, and too much anything else. This isn't an ARC course. I was talking about Wiener Racing Company courses in Newcastle. I think too many promotions to, I think, groups of young men, and not enough to anyone else. Chester isn't one of those, but it doesn't surprise me, sadly, Chester. Issues at Chester are quite a few, actually. I said in the previous video, I think it's Wall Ascot or York, and it's not, it's Chester. I said in the previous video, I was actually born here, although he was supposed to live in North Wales, but it's near the hospital to where I was born. And it's a nice place, Chester. It's just a racecourse, I think. Tickets are too expensive what it is. The view, laughably, the grandstand in my view, or not like Winning Post, is a better view than there's two views inside Winning Post, two stands. I can't Winning Post and something else, one, and there's one else. One's called Winning Post Enclosure, and there's one further down. One's very, the one higher up is really overpriced in my view. One lower down, these are jacked and tied, despite the fact Chester isn't, I think, a torn high quality racecourse, because there's a number of them. And I worked out after about 3 times into Chester. It started raining, and I went down to the grandstand enclosure instead, because in fact this course wasn't even covered for a one in line Winning Post. Despite the prices and whatnot, I need a jacket and a tie. And then I realised it's better. If you can see back straight, you can't really see at Chester. I actually once went, well, twice been, but to Bangor-Dee Racecourse in North Wales, and both times were at Chester. The first time I didn't realise the train going right way takes you past the racecourse. From Chester, changing at Chester. Chester was in a quite tight track, but when I looked at the facilities, there's a massive gap back of facilities to a back straight, and they could have designed Chester damn sight better. So facilities are all inside the racecourse. Carlton was a bit like that, and the new, relatively new, and at Chelmsford City used to be called Great Leys, is as well. And I don't think Chelmsford City, I've been once to Chelmsford City, and I say every racecourse for the country, before an island, right? I have a view about Chester, the worst one is based on experience, frankly, for various reasons. And so this is the centre for Chester, and I don't do it right. The problem is the Winning Post of the disclosure, it's quite expensive even so in itself. Like Winning Post, they can't see back straight well, they can see better with grandstand enclosure. I assume D-stand you probably can, but I don't want to spend more than 15 quid really. And, I think it's covered, but it shouldn't be raining anyway. With that issue, I said once before, the ridiculous dress code, I thought was the Chester, what I wanted a well press suit. I think it's a well tailored suit. Looked it up actually, and even Wall Ascot doesn't. I think demand that. And the whole thing's a bit of a farce. I like Chester as a place. There's nothing wrong with it. Nice pubs actually, Chester, but just things are all rather overpriced. I've got a ticket on Musselburgh tomorrow as well. No transport, real issues here. I wasn't expecting. Firstly, there's a Great North Run that were taking place on the same day. And the change, usually it's 2.5 marathons from Newcastle to South Shields. And because it's partly because of COVID, I think, we'll change the route and we're staying, basically starting putting with Townmoor and a circular route and ending with Townmoor and Newcastle. But that means it closes the metro stations, including my local in West Jesmond on the day, and it's rather annoying. And I don't know why doing it all day. I could easily reopen them at 6 o'clock in the evening. Often we track renovation issues, some trains could be closed early in the day, but usually by especially on Sunday, by 6 o'clock very often opened. And I don't know, there's no reason in my view I couldn't reopen it late evening. Anyway, I'll either have to, with Overborough closed as well, I'll probably have to either walk to Jesmond and take Metal down, or I'm more likely just walk in. It's about 40 minutes to walk to the station, so I'll probably do that. What I do on the way back, I don't know. Still, it's not that from. I might take Metal to Jesmond, I don't know. But that's an issue there. There's another issue I didn't know about, and luckily I didn't check my train times in advance from Musselburgh, because I've checked with train times to either when I want to go from Musselburgh or Wallingford, and from Edinburgh Waverley. As I say, you go back down the main coast line going east, back to get Newcastle to Edinburgh, you go straight through past Musselburgh and Wallingford station, because they don't really mainline, they're not mainline stations, so to speak, and then you go back down again. I was a bleeding train strike tomorrow, and I wouldn't have known possibly if I checked all the train times earlier than now. So I checked last night and thought, oh look, there's no trains, oh great. There's some buses I can catch, and it's a bit of inconvenient, they're quite early, so I have enough time, but it's just a bit of a hassle, and it's an inconvenience I can deal with without having to get a bus back again. I should be okay. And I've got about 2 hours after the last race before the train actually leaves Edinburgh Waverley. So it came out of desperate the buses, for some reason not being about. There should be, it shouldn't be an issue. I'm near the station, near the station, also near the racecourse as well from Musselburgh. So it shouldn't be a problem. It's getting absolutely desperate, and I've got now about 9 o'clock in the train. I can just get a taxi from possibly. But it shouldn't be an impossible. It should be okay. But it's an inconvenience and a distraction I could have done without. But anyway, that's Chester. Well, look on Chester before racing. I did say I don't really know. I would have thought. I don't quite know why I want to get here for Chester 4:11. I will be later, at least 20 minutes late, if I get on this train. And I'm not sure I can now, given ridiculous situation over, because I've got a shorter train than normal, making overcrowding. And I think it's going to be it's not any better by Warrington Bank Quay. I mean, I wonder if I'm going to get on it. The previous train was stuff wasted people. I was a group of 8 people, 10 to 10, and 2 of them were out of it. And I was still getting on the train. I thought, Jesus, it's not a bad state. I thought, this one of them certainly is no really bad state. And I assume I'm going to a racecourse, and I think, God, sorry, this is not good. I said, I've issues at Chester, weekend meeting maybe. Oh dear. I think there's one other reason Chester. Might be people go to Chester Racecourse, frankly, not necessarily from Chester. I'm saying that Haydock and Aintree for the flat Haydock, the jumps Haydock and the jumps Haydock and the jumps Haydock and Aintree are damn sight better track. Really, I don't know why Chester's so popular. It is popular, I feel. And I was a waste of the article if I could find it again. Criticise the track actually for its costs, and the Chester Racecourse saying, "Oh, don't recognise these sort of opinions." Well, you bloody should do, frankly, because a lot of people have this opinion, know about racing, have this opinion about Chester. It's overpriced. And really a bit laughable, really. The whole thing is just a bit of something's been seen as a bit of a joke, frankly, about Chester. Musselburgh's okay, it's a bit of a pain to. I just wonder, I'm not jokingly, I'm not quite sure what the distance is between the Edinburgh Waverley and Musselburgh. I could even walk back. I think it's maybe a bit. I haven't looked at it. It might be a bit too far to do in time. And I'm not even sure there's a direct sensible walking way through. You can look at Google Maps and Potter route, I think, or something like that website. Give you advice on what you can do. But is that a route you can actually walk down? It's not like a main road with no pavement or something. And we'll see what happens here about today. Trying to even get to Chester. It's not. I mean, I have to say, I'm saying it's not a racecourse I really would keen to go back to, but it's because this race is here. I've done one down in the possibly Stand Cup, I can't quite remember. In the summer I couldn't get to because the tickets had sold out, because a lot less tickets at the time because of COVID. But I wouldn't be hurried to get back here really. Frankly, that's just because of various reasons, which I'm afraid make it my least favourite track in the country. Just had a young woman I had on her names, there's numbers of things, a train announcement, especially King's Cross. But the most strange one I've heard in my entire life, and I think I know what it sadly was. It's delayed because getting a late hour people station in Bridgeport had to be cleaned, especially. AKA, I think someone's thrown up. That's great. Okay, that really makes you want to go to Chester, doesn't it? Because I'm assuming it's someone going to Chester for it, not, but I don't know. I of course don't know that. But overcrowding, people, something like guessing, especially. Are you guessing that's what's happened? I don't know. But what a fun day. Still in a very nice Grosvenor Park. It's actually suddenly got very warm here. It's a very picturesque place. I quite to me before first race, 11:40, the first race at 1:30. Actually, it's 25 minutes old late into Chester, so there was a train delay, and then it got a few minutes late out of Chester. I think some people may have left on the platform, it's not Chester, Warrington Bank Quay, rather. And in fact, I saw a train manager looking and shaking his head when someone was trying to go, and I think it was a youngish guy with a lot of luggage, obviously not going racing, may as well get on. I was 2 cars instead of 4, that's bad from Northern, they aren't the greatest train company at the best of times. Oh, it's very, very warm, it's indeed, suddenly. That's amazingly warm. I don't know where this has come from. But yeah, Chester, about an hour 50 for the first race. I said earlier, I don't quite know why I'm here this early. I may plan to have a couple of drinks or something. Or was the train just cheaper now than later on? I don't know. But I don't want to plan some drinks now. No, the weather, it is warm. But I'll have a couple of pints after. It's probably, there's a few pubs in Chester, some really nice little pubs, but the easiest, there's 2, Cellar, and there's one across the opposite, and one opposite. It's nice, I think more options, but I think it's a bit, I've been there twice when we previous Chester, and once I just about got a seat and once I didn't, and I don't really like standing in pub. Cellar's more better options, both are about 5 minutes away from the station, so there are other options, but it's just a sensible plan really, and a couple of pints of Cellar I believe. I was going to plan to go around the Grosvenor Museum. I thought I got time before first, quite a lot of time before first, even with a delay. I remember actually being there before, and I've forgotten. A few years back, I'd already been to Wednesday, so Chester's May meeting. Previous year was one on its own. And then I decided get rid of some group races all at the same time. And so I went to Chester on Thursday and Friday, and here on Saturday, staying overnight in Chester both days. And I went to Grosvenor Museum then, at Grosvenor Park instead. I don't think he really involved me, surprisingly. But yeah, I get that. It's just, as I say, I'm paying with D-stand 15 quid. I said, I don't want to pay Chester any more than I have to. Bluntly saying, I've issues, of course, the best of times. D-stand, I doubt you can get to pre-parade and parade. It's one way up the home straight. So I just stand there, stay there before between races. I think that's your new plan. I see enough of the racing from there. I think I've never been to D-stand, but I think it should be okay. Don't think it'll be an issue. And I say somewhere at the home straight. I was saying the grandstand, actually a better view. I was saying because it's higher up. Than one of the better posher premier closures, which is in the lone winning post a bit lower down. You actually the back straight of the grandstand enclosure. I didn't realise that until about 3rd time at Chester. And the last time I went, I actually deliberately bought a grandstand ticket. I could have probably wasn't hugely more expensive to get the sort of winning post one on the winning post, lower down. But I just thought, I could see so little back straight. It's ridiculous at Chester. So that's it. So we've got 7 races, top of the got back via Carlisle again, back to Newcastle, back, oh dear, how was it? 11:40, 10:40, I think maybe 10, one of it, I think it's 10:40, I think 10:40. Not too bad, of course, well, travel issues and muscle makes it a bit more difficult tomorrow, but it should be okay. I'm going to work in a while, and basically I'm thinking, I was happened just a few minutes ago, thinking, well, I was here at Chester, if I can't really cope with real life, spend my time at Chester Racecourse, I'll be fine. And I was going across the bridge across the River Dee, small pedestrian bridge, if I go halfway over, just look at the view. Oh, there's some pictures of young kids there. I wonder what that is. Oh, it's a stupid children of dad of cancer. So I didn't really want real life. I actually had to very touching and some very lovely messages, and it's a nice thing to actually have done. It's just about raising awareness of children died of cancer, and pictures of the poor young kids, young kids, up to about early 20s downwards. But it's a very nice thing in a way it's a nice thing to see, even though of course it brings you back to earth rather heavily. Well, in unsurprised news, I'm back at Warrington Bank Quay, going back up north. I've had a couple of nice pints in the Cellar, that was the pub. I thought during the time for one. I thought originally said two, and when I realised, oh no, it's a bit tight for time for one. A very nice pint of oatmeal stout, 5.2%, pretty strong beer for me. I mean, I do like my strong dark beers. I always drink it quite quickly. I thought, oh, I can maybe have another pint, and I did. No, I can't remember what beer was. Very nice pint. So a couple of nice pints, but I'll hop back up. I could do some food. I think that's on the train. I had a quick look at Walton Bank Quay. So the obvious local shops. The Costa in the station's closed, and no, as I suspected, it's not the most. I don't think it's the most shop-friendly area, certainly part of Wellington. I hope we get some more train. Carlisle's completely out of it. I've got enough time to find some in Carlisle if there's a shop open. There isn't. If they look before, there's 2 occasions. And there isn't anywhere open with sandwiches or anything like that late night at that sort of time at Wellington. So it's a bit. So hopefully I find some more train now. So I step back at just before 11:15. There's a Sainsbury's in Sainsbury's at Jasmine. I wouldn't get to probably in time. So it's a Sainsbury's at a station. I need some food. I might just pick something up there. But that's it. And I've got to get up. Hopefully look for muscle form. I should have time tonight. I shouldn't. Should be okay. I mean, I should get enough sleep really, and then go off to Muswell. Hard life, as you know.